You know her, maybe you dated her, maybe you're dating her right now. She's inconsistent, she's a little cold. She makes you work for every ounce of attention, and somehow you can't stop thinking about her. Meanwhile, there's someone else, someone kind, someone who texts back, someone who actually wants to be with you, and you feel nothing. This isn't bad luck. This isn't you being broken. This is your brain running a program that was written millions of years before dating apps existed. Chapter 1 of the familiarity trap. Psychologists call it the repetition compulsion, a concept that traces back to Freud, but has been backed up by modern attachment research too. Here's the idea. Your brain doesn't chase what's healthy. It chases what's familiar. If you grew up with a parent who was inconsistent, sometimes warm, sometimes distant, sometimes critical, your nervous system learned that this is what love feels like. Unpredictable, something you have to earn. So as an adult, when you meet someone stable and consistent, your brain doesn't register it as safety. It registers it as boring, because there's no static, no chase, no anxiety, and your brain has literally wired anxiety to love. But when you meet someone unpredictable, your body lights up. Not because she's better for you, because she feels like home, even if home was chaos. This is called attachment conditioning. And research from psychologists like Amir Levine and Rachel Heller, authors of Attached, shows this plays out constantly in adult relationships. People with anxious attachment styles are disproportionately drawn to avoidant partners, the ones who pull away just enough to keep you chasing. Chapter 2, intermittent reinforcement. And here's where it gets almost scientifically evil. In the 1950s, psychologist B.F. Skinner ran experiments on reward patterns. He found something wild. Animals and humans don't get more addicted to a reward when it comes consistently. They get most addicted when the reward is random. This is called intermittent reinforcement, and it's the exact same mechanism that makes slot machines addictive. If she texted back every single time instantly, warmly, your brain would register that as normal. But when she goes quiet for 2 days, then suddenly sends one sweet message, that unpredictability triggers a massive dopamine release. Your brain doesn't know when the next win is coming, so it keeps you locked in, checking your phone, replaying the conversation, obsessing. You're not addicted to her. You're addicted to the uncertainty. This is also why hot and cold women often get chased harder than emotionally available ones, not because they're more attractive, but because the unpredictability itself is manufacturing the obsession. Chapter 3, the challenge instinct. There's also an evolutionary piece to this. From an evolutionary psychology standpoint, humans, like most species, are wired to value what's harder to get. This is sometimes called scarcity mining, or the hard-to-get effect, studied by researchers like Elaine Hatfield back in the 1970s. Her research found something interesting. People don't rate someone as more attractive just because they're hard to get. Difficulty alone doesn't do it, but when someone is hard for others to get and easy for you specifically, that's when perceived value skyrockets. In other words, the wrong woman often isn't cold. She might be warm to her friends, funny with her family, guarded specifically around romantic interest. And that selective coldness makes men feel like cracking her walls is a special achievement, like they're the one person who might get through. That feeling of being chosen after difficulty is one of the most addictive emotional experiences a person can have. Chapter 4, why kind women feel boring. Your nervous system doesn't need to stay alert. There's no threat of losing them, so there's no adrenaline. But your brain evolved to associate adrenaline and cortisol spikes with intensity. Genuinely feel like something's missing, even though what's missing is just anxiety. You've spent so long associating love with uncertainty that peace feels unfamiliar. This is why so many men leave good relationships chasing a feeling, not realizing that the feeling was never love. It was cortisol. Chapter 5, breaking the pattern. So how do you actually fix this? Step 1, recognize that attraction built on anxiety is not the same as attraction built on compatibility. Just because your heart races doesn't mean it's right. It might just mean it's familiar. Step 2, practice sitting with boredom in a healthy relationship before deciding it's actually boring. Often, what feels like a lack of chemistry is just your nervous system detoxing from chaos. Step 3, start noticing your patterns. If every situationship follows the same emotional roller coaster, hot, cold, chase, crash, that's not coincidence. That's a script your brain has been running on repeat. Once you can name the pattern, you can finally start choosing outside of it. This isn't about blaming yourself for who you're attracted to. It's about understanding why, so you can stop being run by a program you never consciously wrote. If this made you see your own dating history differently, hit subscribe, because next week we're breaking down the science of why exes come back and whether you should ever let them.